Welcome back, everybody, to the Wrestlebuddy Raw Recap with yours truly, the Drip King, Jimmy Baby, and I'm here to talk about yet another great episode of Raw. It's a step up from last week, pretty even with the 2 weeks prior that were just great. It's a good go-home show for the Royal Rumble. There wasn't a bunch of mayhem, but I like that. I don't want too much mayhem going on, but enough of all that. Let's get right into the start of the show. We starting off with a weigh-in, Bobby and Brock. Not a fan of weigh-ins. I let this one slide though, and I'll tell you exactly why. We get Bobby coming out, then we get Farmer Brock coming out. He gets in the rings. Corey Graves gonna start off right at the gate. Hey Brock, I don't think you're wearing appropriate attire for a weigh-in. In which Brock hits him with the, "What, you want me to get naked, Corey?" Brock's one-liners are just fantastic at this point. His segments are can't miss, and as I said on the Twitter machine, it's arguable that this is the best thing going in all professional wrestling right now. Is this version of Brock Lesnar? They do the weigh-in. You got Bobby Lashley, I think 273, Brock Lesnar 286. Whoop-de-doo, no big deal. Bobby cuts a little promo afterwards, and he ends it with, "That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler." He's stealing it from Paul. It's nice little dig, in which Brock ends it with, "Oh, who's the comedian now?" And then he talks about Bobby Lashley gonna win the world title. Bobby's gonna win the world title, and on Sunday they're gonna talk about the new undisputed blah 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 champion of the world, Bobby Who. He gives him the Bobby Who thing, drops the mic, leaves. It was fun. It was entertaining. That's all I ask for in these segments. Just entertain me, and I'll forgive the fact that it's a silly weigh-in, and they did the job. It's worth your attention. On to the next part of the show. We get a Bianca versus Queen Zelina match. I'm all for that. It's fresh. Haven't seen it, at least in a while. I can't remember them ever having a match. And they gave it a little bit of time. Queen Zelina got some offense in. It was a decent match. I enjoyed it. Bianca got the win when she hit the KOD 1, 2, 3. Nothing great, but it wasn't bad. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. I was very entertained with it. And that's all you can ask for. Again, it don't have to be a 15-minute match. It can be a 2-minute. It can do 6-minute. It can be 20 minutes. As long as it's entertaining, as long as it does the job, I'm good with it. And that's what this match did. From there, we go to the back. Kevin Owens interview. I can't remember the interviewing guy's name, but he's insinuating that Kevin Owens was lying last week. That he wasn't really hurt. Blasphemy. He says, "I was hurt." What does my shirt say? What does my shirt say? Keep fighting. That's what Kevin Owens does. He keeps fighting, and he wasn't lying. And he's going to do the same tonight because he's got a United States title match with Damien Priest. I'm all for that. I would love to see Kevin Owens get some gold. I've been waiting for it. It's been too long. Give this man some gold. We get the Kevin Owens versus Damien Priest U.S. title match. It's a decent match. I prefer last week's match, and unfortunately this one ends in the DQ. I was upset at first because it looks like they're just doing rinse and repeat with Damien Priest. He does his feud, DQ, then he comes back and wins, blah, blah, blah. This week, like I said, he gets the DQ, but then after the match, Sonya Deville is scolding him in the background, says, "You need to get this situated because this will not go on anymore, or you will suffer consequences." So they might strip him of his title, they might do something. There's now consequences involved, so I'm willing to see where that's going before I start getting tired of the, again, rinse and repeat. Decent match, though. If you saw last week's, you could skip this week's, though. It was nothing better this week than last week's. Then we get the 6-woman tag match between Rhea, Liv, Dana Brooke versus Mella, Tamina, and Nikki Ash. Skip it. It's to get the women on the card. I'm all for it. It's good. I know there's a lot of hate on, oh, it's just the two. They're on the card. They're getting time to at least do something. I'm all for that. It ended when Rhea put her little submission move on Mela, and she tapped. Afterwards, Nikki Ash gets a cheap shot in and takes off. Rhea's mad. Nikki's like, "Ooh, I'm a superhero." Again, you can skip it. That's what happened. There was a little offense in there, nothing major. We come back and we got the academic challenge between RK Bro and Alpha Academy. Chad Gable gives a nice little promo beforehand. This man has come into his own. I'm really enjoying every time I see Chad Gable on the screen. He's rising the ranks of my favorites on Raw right now. He's just so good at every aspect of professional wrestling, and you can't ignore him at this point. He's the man. He's the shit. Pay attention every time he's on the screen. So they do that. RK Bro comes out. They're doing a spelling bee. This is round one of the whole thing. They give Otis the first word, and he gets Emmental. I think that was the word, and he's like, use it in a sentence. It's a form of cheese. So right off the gate, Otis is like, oh, I know this. Spells it. Check. Otis gets it. Randy Orton's up. No, Matt Riddle's up next, and he gets the word calibration. He goes, can you use it in a sentence? I didn't hear the sentence, but he's like, oh, calibration, like when I'm calibrating my scale to weigh things. Yes, Riddle, absolutely. He knows the word. He spells it. Good for him. Next up is Chad Gable. He gets a word. It's disillusion. He thought it was dissolution. He spells it wrong, throws a fit. Randy comes in. He gets the word dumbbell. Super easy word. Of course, he spells it right. Gable throws a fit again. That's an easy word. This is rigged. Blah, blah, blah. Orton says, how about we settle this right now, one-on-one match, and I'll make this real easy for you since you're so stupid and can't spell. It's going to end with RKO. Crowd's going nuts. Randy has these people palm his hand. It's great to see. And let's go to commercial break, come back. Randy Orton versus Chad Gable match. Fantastic match. This is the first one of the night. Just awesome match. Chad Gable got to look like a star in there against Orton. Orton sold well for him. I think this went through 2 commercial breaks. It was just really, really good. Orton ends up getting the victory when Otis is getting beat up with a scooter, and Chad Gable kind of like looks at him for a second, and then Randy reverses the ankle lock into the corner, bounce out, RKO. Super mega awesome sell job by Gable on the RKO. Head plants, flips over. Beautiful, beautiful. 1, 2, 3, they get the win. Or Riddle comes in and says the second part of this challenge is going to be physical education, in which they're going to have a scooter race. I am psyched for 2 reasons. One, I've been waiting since this whole collaboration started to see Randy Orton ride out on a scooter. But now we have the possible scenario where Otis is riding out on a scooter. I'm entertained. If you aren't with the entertainment part, okay, skip this. It's nothing major. If you love to have fun and you like fun segments, this was all for it. The next one is probably going to be better. I'm sad to see RK Bro go. I know it's coming, but I feel like they're just hitting their stride as far as the segments go with how well they work together. I feel like this could go on for another 5-6 months and it would not stale at all. That's how good they've gotten. But that's not what's going to happen, unfortunately, and that's the end of that. But from there, we go to a segment with Alexa Bliss where she talks about when she met Lily. Again, there's nothing crazy awesome about these segments. It's just, if you're an Alexa Bliss fan, watch it. If you're not, it's just a segment talking about when she met Lily. She's an imaginary friend, obviously. I think this is leading to her becoming Lily. That's my thing. I know everyone's like, oh, well, they just did the trademark or whatever on the goddess. I think they're swerving people because of the whole thing last week. I won't even pronounce it. I won't say it. I think they're swerving people. We're going to get Alexa Bliss as Lily. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts. We'll see what happens, though. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably not. On to the next part of the show, and we get Theory and McMahon in the back. Austin Theory says, yeah, I've been impressing you lately. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, so maybe you could give me like a good number, 26, 28, 29. This man's like, what makes you think I have influence on that? Go out there and beat AJ Styles. Then Austin Theory just puts over AJ Styles. Very weird they're putting over AJ Styles in the way they're doing. Like, they're making it known like these are what he's accomplished the week of the Royal Rumble. If you saw my video on my channel, I talked about the 3 most likely winners. I had AJ as my dark horse. This makes my dark horse feel a lot like it's gonna happen at this point. That was just very weird to put that in there at that point. But we'll see. Commercial break, come back. Everybody's favorite part of the night. You guessed it. Veer is coming. If he doesn't debut at the Rumble, I'd be shocked. I think it would be massive. I think the fans are going to go crazy seeing him because they've just built the anticipation for so long. I can't wait to see him show up. If he doesn't, though, I don't know. Maybe he'll never come. Poor Veer. I just want him to hurry up and show up so he can explain how he's able to last this long doing such a crazy... Like, I want to know. Give us the secrets, Veer. Quit hogging that stuff. Let us know how you're able to come for this long. Please. Anyway, on to the next part. We get the Austin Theory versus AJ Styles match. And it was amazing. It was amazing. That's all I'm going to say. Watch it. I think it went through 2 commercial breaks as well. Austin Theory gets his offense in. AJ gets his offense in. The selling's there. It's just watch it. That's all I'm going to say. AJ wins with the phenomenal forearm. Austin Theory gave it a hell of a go. In the Vince McMahon segment, he did say, make sure you bring me back a good selfie. He didn't win, so he didn't get the selfie, and he was visibly distraught afterwards. I think his punishment would be the #1 entry into the Royal Rumble. He's going to get the Iron Man spot. This is his moment to shine. Austin Theory, as I said, he's skyrocketing in 2022. If he's not a champion by the end, what the fuck? I don't know. After that, we get a Becky Doudrop interview. Not Becky's best work, just talking about how Doudrop looks up to her. She paved the way for Doudrop, and she handpicked Doudrop, so maybe Doudrop needs to thank her for it. And Doudrop talking about, maybe you picked me because I'm the new girl, but I'm going to break your ribs easily, yada, yada, yada. Becky starts talking nonsense again. Doudrop just takes the stuff off, walks off the set, shows up on Becky's set, starts beating her up. End of segment. That's it. I told you. Don't watch it. I just told you what happened. Nothing major. Then we go to a Ray and Dom backstage segment. Ray's talking about being on the cover of the 2K. Dom talks about, man, I've been playing these games since I was a kid. I really love them. It'd be cool if one day I build a legacy where I could be on the cover. And that legacy starts Saturday when I win the Royal Rumble. Then Ray says, whoa, that means you got to throw out your daddy. Dom says, yeah. He says, oh, but you kidding, right? Dom walks off. Ray goes, you kidding, right? And then he's kidding. He's just kidding with me. He's just a kid kidding around. Goes out. Not a bad. I just told you what happened though. You don't need to watch it. It was okay though. We come back to the we go to commercial. Come back. We get Mysterios versus Street Profits. Decent tag team match. Nothing special. Nothing bad though. Decent match. If you have the time, watch it. If you don't, skip it. It ends when Ray, I think, rolled up. Montez. After match, Ray and Dom are celebrating. You know what's about to happen. Dom tries to throw Ray over the top. Ray reverses it, throws Dom over. Dom's like, damn it, daddy. Then in comes Montez Ford. He throws Ray out. Then Angelo Dawkins comes, throws Montez out. He's like, all right, I had to do it. Same nonsense last week. But then in comes the Dirty Dogs, and they throw Angelo Dawkins out. They're celebrating. Street Profits, Mysterios, they get back at the ring. They throw both of their boys out, and they celebrate all together. Just Royal Rumble hijinks, what you expect. Again, they didn't overdo it this year. I love it. Usually you have just everyone show up, and no need for that. No need for that. This was fine. It did the job. Commercial, back. Seth Rollins is the back. He's talking about Usos and Roman. Then he says, I will be there on Friday to deliver one last message before the Rumble because I deliver my messages in person. Nice shot at Roman. Very quick, very simple. Seth doing what Seth does. He's at the top of his game right now. And I am very interested to see if this man is going to pull it off and be Universal Champion. I don't know. I don't expect it to happen, but I would not be shocked if it happened. Seth is just that good right now. Then we go commercial. We come back. Worst part of the show. I don't recommend watching it unless you're an Edge head or a Miz fan or whatever. It's a birthday celebration. It starts off. Got presents in the ring. There's a big box. Oh, what's in the big box? They did trick me. There was nobody in the big box. It was a table with the brick from last week on it. But then Edge and Beth Phoenix come out, crash the party, take out all the security, break all the presents, powerbomb one security through the table. Is Miz and Maurice are on the outside going, don't do that, don't do that. That's it. I'm over the whole thing. I can't wait for this feud to be over. Miz can do other things. Edge can do better things. Don't ever put them two against each other ever again. Please. That was the show though. Again, from beginning to almost end, I had no complaints. And yeah, I had no complaints. It was just a good show from beginning to about the last 10-minute mark. And then Miz and Edge segment had to ruin it. It's a pity, because again, I don't think either one of them bad. I like them. They're just not good together. The story sucks. It sucks, bro. It's all I'm gonna say. That's the show. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Wrestlebuddy. Make sure you subscribe to my new channel, The Drip King Jimmy, baby. I got some stuff for you as well. Check out the articles we have on Wrestlebuddy. Check out the other videos we have on Wrestlebuddy. And make sure you comment back on Thursday morning when I got the AEW Dynamite recap for you. Goodbye. Boom.